Suppose there is a ball whose velocity is already given by 100 meter per second and the retardation is given by 10 meter per second square. Okay, it was already given. It was already given in the question. Now why 10 meter per second square it was given? Listen very carefully. What do you mean by acceleration? What do you mean by acceleration? Okay, understand carefully. What is acceleration? Acceleration is change in velocity per second. Acceleration is change in velocity per second. Now I think my voice and display is clear to everyone. Please reply in the chat box. We had a little bit glitch, but we have fixed it right now. Please everybody reply me in the chat box that is my writing visible and am I clearly audible to everyone? Is my voice audible and visible to everyone? Is the display visible and my voice audible? Okay. So now let's understand clearly what this concept is. Change in velocity per second is acceleration. Now the change can be of two types. One is increasing and the second is decreasing. First is increasing, and second is decreasing. Now listen very carefully. If the acceleration is in opposite direction to the given velocity, to the given initial velocity, it means the acceleration has a tendency to reduce the speed. Whereas, if the acceleration is in same direction as that of velocity, then it has a tendency to increase the speed. Getting my point? Now, understand very carefully that what is the unit of acceleration? In meter per second square. It means, it suggests that per second, in 1 second, the speed decreases or increases by 10 meter per second. The speed decreases or increases by 10 meter per second. Now, in this case, it will decrease for sure. In this case, it will decrease for sure. In this case, it will decrease for sure. Why it will decrease? Because the direction of acceleration and the direction of velocity is opposite to each other. And whenever the velocity and acceleration direction are opposite to each other, that implies that the magnitude of velocity will reduce, and that is retardation. That is the case of retardation. Okay. Now listen very carefully. Now the class will become very much interesting. Just focus here, and I will teach you so much tricks that you will, at the end of the class, you will be so much confident in this topic. Okay, you will think like that it is the easiest shortcut you have ever seen in the history of physics. Okay, now listen carefully. In each second, the velocity is decreasing by 10. So after how much time? Just tell me, after how much time do you expect that the velocity will become 0 meter per second? Velocity will become 0 meter per second. It is very easy now. It is very easy because we already know unitary method. What is unitary method? Unitary method, there are two types of relation. One is direct relation and one is inverse relation. Okay. So by applying unitary method, we can understand that if in each second the velocity gets decreased by 10, then the time taken by the velocity to become 0 from 100 will take 10 seconds, right? So for example, if you take, suppose you eat 10 chocolates, or I should say candy. You eat 10 candy in 1 minute. If you eat 10 candy in 1 minute, then how much time it will take to finish 100 candy? Obviously 10 minutes. Because you will divide 100 by 10 and you will see that in 10 minutes all the candies will be finished. Yes or no? So it is very clear that if in each second the velocity is decreasing by 10, so it will take 10 seconds. Okay, this is the most important thing which we should realize by now. Okay, now some people ask me, sir, it is very easy, we understand this point, but what about the distance? What about the distance between this point to this point? Can you find the distance? Can you find the distance between this point and this point? So certainly we can find the distance. How we will find the distance? How we will find the distance? It is very easy. Just see here. The speed at this point is 100 meter per second. Suppose we call it t equal to 0 second. And suppose we call it t equal to 10 seconds. The speed at this time is 100 meter per second. The speed at this time is 0 meter per second. The average speed is 100 plus 0 by 2. This is mean speed also. Okay. How to find mean of two number? Do you know how to find the arithmetic mean of two number? Do you know how to find arithmetic mean of two number? A plus b by 2. You must be knowing that if a and b are two numbers, then their arithmetic mean is a plus b by 2. So the arithmetic mean of 100 and 0 will become 50 meters per second. Okay, this is average speed. Now you must be thinking that sir, we should use equation or motion in 1D. Equation of motion we should use. The sum of s equal to ut plus half at square. Already our teacher had told us, and we should use that formula in order to find the distance. But that is the difference of approach. Okay. Now see carefully. Time is 10 seconds. Speed is 50 meter per second. So the distance will be simply speed into time. And which speed you have to take? You have to take the average speed. Speed into time will give you distance, and it will be equal to how much? Will be equal to 500 meters. Directly you can find 500 meters. Okay? Directly you can find. Okay. Let us twist the question. Now if somebody asks us that if the body is at some distance x, we don't know the value of x. But if the body is at some distance x, at time t equal to 4 seconds, we don't know the distance of the body from the initial position. But if somebody asks us that at t equal to 4 seconds, what is the distance of body from the initial point? So how can we find it? Very easy. Since we know that the speed at this point is 100 meter per second, and each second the speed is decreasing by 10 meter per second. That is meaning of 10 meter per second square acceleration. What do you mean by 10 meter per second square? Listen carefully. What is 10 meter per second square? It means 10 meter per second. By 10 meter per second, speed is changing each second, right? Now it can changes of two nature. It can be increasing, it can be decreasing. But here it is decreasing the magnitude of velocity. Why? Because it is acting in opposite direction. And if acceleration and velocities are in same direction, then it increases the magnitude of velocity. Very important. Now listen carefully. Since it is decreasing the magnitude of velocity each second by 10 meter per second, so in 4 seconds, it will decrease the velocity by 40 meter per second. By 40 meter per second, it will decrease the velocity by 40 meter per second. It will decrease by 40 meter per second, so the speed at this point will be 60 meter per second. So the speed will be 60 meter per second. Okay. Now you tell me, what is the average of 160? What is the average of 160? It is 80 meter per second. Okay. How you have find out that, sir? So it is very easy. 100 plus 60 by 2. Arithmetic mean. Very simple. Class 10th mathematics. Or in some books it is taught in class 9th. Statistics, mean, median, mode. You must have gone through it. Okay. Is it engaging? Is everyone able to listen my voice and understand the concept? Archu, Kaushik, Mahesh. Is everybody Understanding the concept? Please reply, beta. Okay. Okay. Now listen carefully. At this point of time, the speed is 100 meter per second, and at this point, the speed is 60 meter per second. The average of 160 is 80. Or simply, I will give you a simple thing. I will give you a simple tip. I will give you a simple tip. The arithmetic mean is always the middle number between the two numbers. If we have to find the arithmetic mean of two numbers, just you have to identify the number in between them. For example, what is the number between 0 and 10? It is 5. What is the number between 60 and 100? For this case, we can identify the number between 60 and 100 is 80. How do you know, sir? Because 80 is 20 more than 60 and it is 20 less than 100. That's why the number 80 is equidistant from 60 and 100 on the number line. That's why we can directly say that the number which is arithmetic mean is always the middlemost number. Okay, so the number here is 100, the number here is 60, and the average of 160 will become 80, and the time is 4 seconds. So the distance will become 80 into 4. So it will become somewhere around 320 meters. It is very easy. Yes or no? Suppose somebody asks me, what is the distance of this body? What is the distance of this body at t equal to 6 seconds? Now you will give me answer in chat box. Please get engaged. Please get engaged and tell me the answer. Tell me this answer. The distance of this ball at 6 seconds from the initial position. Let us call it x2. Find the value of x2 in your notebook and tell me the answer in the chat box, please. Please everybody tell me the answer. Please everybody. Meter. Archu has given the answer. Anybody else? Anybody else? So let us apply the trick. What is the velocity? Here? So in 1 second the velocity gets decreased by 10. So in 6 seconds it will decreased by 60. It will get decreased by 60. It means the velocity left will be 40 meter per second. Okay. And the average of 40 and 0 is average of 40 and 100 is, at this point the velocity was 100 and at this point the velocity was 40. So and the average of 140 will be how much? 70 meter per second, and the time is 6 seconds. So the distance will be 70 into 6. So Archu and Kaushik and official KTV, can you tell me your real name, beta? I think that you are a gamer. So please tell me your real name. Okay, you must have a good name and a very beautiful name. So please share with us. Don't feel shy. Official KTV, we all are waiting for your answer, for your name. So it will become 17 to 6 is 420 meter, right? So students are 100% right that the answer will be 420 meter. Yes, Mahesh, yes, right. Very happy. I am feeling very happy that I think that everybody has got the concept. And it is a very important concept, and you must see that in books or teachers generally solve it by using formula. I don't recommend rote learning. I don't recommend. I want that you should feel the subject. That is the utmost requirement. Of the competitive exams right now, because you must have felt one thing, that now the students who put their brain into the question, who have a good IQ level, are doing well as compared to those students who are just rote learners, right? But don't worry, student may or may not be God gifted, but teacher must be God gifted. that is my point. So I will teach the subject in such a manner that you will be able to do questions orally. That is my promise. And these are easy chapters. Again, when we will go further in other chapters, in tough chapters also, you will be able to do question orally. That is something which I can promise you. Okay. So one more case we can discuss. One more case we can discuss in motion in 1D, and then we will move to the projectile part. Right. One more case we will discuss. In this case, we will not take retardation. In this case, we will take accelerations. Listen carefully. In this case, we will take acceleration. In this case, we will take acceleration. Suppose the initial velocity is 0 meter per second. And the velocity here, we don't know. We don't know. Okay. And let us suppose that the acceleration is given as something like 10 meter per second square. Okay. So if somebody asks me that what is the velocity at t equal to 10 seconds. So each second the velocity is increasing by 10. So in 10 seconds. Now somebody can ask me that why the velocity is increasing. In the previous case you were saying that the velocity is decreasing, and in this case you are saying that the velocity is increasing. Why there is a change in dialogue, sir? Why you are changing the dialogue? Why the velocity magnitude is increasing? It is increasing because now the velocity and accelerations are in same direction. In NLM, Newton's laws of motion, I will tell you some beautiful tricks of this chapter also. Don't worry. But in NLM, we will study that the direction of force is same as the direction of acceleration if mass is constant. Okay. If the mass is constant, then the direction of force and acceleration is same by the formula force is equal to mass into acceleration. We will see that. Okay. So basically, the direction of acceleration tells us the direction of force, and it is common sense that if you will push something in forward direction, then obviously its speed is going to increase in the forward direction. And if the body is previously moving in the reverse direction and you are putting force in the forward direction, then obviously the speed of the body will decrease in reverse direction, and after some time it will become zero. So what do you understand? You understand that if the force and velocity are in same direction, then force will increase the velocity. Okay, and if the force is reverse of the velocity, then it will decrease the velocity. And if we remove the word force and replace it with acceleration, the sense will remain same. Why? The sense will remain same. The sense will remain same because acceleration and forces have same direction always. Okay, so by this we can conclude that that if acceleration is in same direction of velocity, it will increase velocity, and if it is in reverse direction, it will decrease the velocity. Okay, now listen carefully. If the speed is increasing 10 meter per second each second, then what will be speed in 10 seconds? 10 into it will become 100 meter per second. Now listen carefully. If somebody asks me what is the distance between these 2 points, what is the distance between these 2 points? How can I say that? Are we able to give the answer? Distance between these 2 points. Okay. So again take the average. Speed 100 and speed 0. The average of 100 and 0 is 50 meter per second. And the time is 10 seconds. So again it will be 100 meters. Again it will be 500 meters. If somebody asks us randomly that P still, it is very easy. Let us make something difficult. Okay. So basically the distance between these two are, derivations of ball is 500 meter. Okay. Now listen carefully. If somebody asks us that what is the distance between the initial position of ball and the final position of ball if we consider at 3 seconds, then can you tell me the answer? Can you tell me the answer, everybody, please? Please give me the answer. 3 seconds. 3 seconds. Fast. Give the answer fast. Give the answer, please. Please give the answer. Okay, I will help. If the velocity is increasing by 10 meter per second each second, then after 3 seconds the velocity will become 30 meter per second. Okay, the velocity will become 30 meter per second. Now here the velocity is 30 meter per second and here the velocity is 0 meter per second. What is the average of 30 and 0? It is 15 meter per second. It is 15 meter per second. And if it is 15 meter per second and the time is 3 seconds, so the distance will be 15 into 3, that is 45 meters. Yes or no? Please reply me in the 105 meter. How beta? How 105? It is not 70. The initial speed is not 100. If the initial speed is not 100, it is wrong. The initial speed is not 100. It is 0. And if it is increasing by 10 meter per second each second, so in 3 seconds it will increase from 0 to 30. Here it is not decreasing like the previous case. Here it is not decreasing from 100 like the previous case. Here it is increasing from 0. Here it is increasing from 0 to 30 meter per second. Since each second the speed is increasing by 10 meter per second, so in 3 seconds it will increase by 30. That is the point. Okay? Achu, have you got the point? Have you got the concept? Please interact everyone. I want full interaction from everyone. I can see that only a few students are replying. Please show your active participation. So it will become 45 meter. Okay. Now let's move forward. Let's take an example. Let's take an example of motion under gravity. Let's take an example of motion under gravity. Okay. Suppose I have thrown a ball from a building of height 80 meters. Building of height 80 meters in the upward direction. And let the velocity of the ball in upward direction is, what shall I take? I should take 100 meter per second. Okay? 100 meter per second. Or rather we can take it 50 meter per second. Okay? But if somebody asks you that how much time the ball will take to reach the same level, how much time ball will take to reach the same level. Okay, suppose this building would have been absent, then, and if it would have been shooted from ground level, then it would have reached the ground. Okay, so what is the time in reaching the ground, reaching the same level? Okay, so it is very easy. Since the acceleration is 10 meter per second square in the downward direction due to g, this is called acceleration due to gravity, and the direction is in downward direction. Okay, so each second the velocity will decrease by 10. Each second the velocity will decrease by 10. It will take 5 seconds. It will take 5 seconds to reach the maximum height. How do you know, sir? Because at maximum height, the velocity becomes 0 meter per second. and if each second it is decreasing by 10, the speed is decreasing by 10, if each second decreasing by 10, then how much time it would take become 0 meter per second? Obviously 5 seconds. Okay, I think it is understood to everyone. I think it is understood to everyone that if each second the velocity decreases by 10 meter per second, so how much time it would take to make velocity 0 meter per second from 50 meter per second is 50 by 10, that is 5 seconds. Okay, now this question has become same like the previous question. The question has become same like the previous question. Okay, let us shift this data or it will get mixed with the previous data. Okay, let us put here. Now understand very carefully. At this point of time, the velocity is 0, the time is 5 seconds. Again, we take the average of the two speeds. One line you should understand very carefully. One line you should understand very carefully that the distance between 2 points, is given by, the distance between 2 points is given by time into speed. Which speed I should take? Average speed of the speeds at those 2 points, right? So these 2 points between which we have to find the distance, the average speed between these 2 points where we have to find the distance is the average of 50 and 0. The average of 50 and 0 will give you, the average of 50 and 0 will give you 25 meter per second into 5 seconds. Okay, so it will become how much? 125 meters, right? Directly we can say that the H max, you must be calling it H max, right? Maximum height, it will become 125 meters. Directly we can solve it in a very fast manner. Now I'm giving you next question and I expect that you do it very fast as possible. As fast as possible. Okay, now it's your turn. Everyone, please give the answer. Suppose it is a ball. There is a ball and I have shooted it up with 80 meter per second. Tell me the time in reaching the maximum height. Tell me the time in reaching the maximum height and the maximum height from the ground. And the maximum height from the ground. Please tell me. Everybody, please. Please, everybody. Please, everybody, tell me. These are very simple tricks. I will give you tough one also. I promise you will be able to do question of JEE Advanced orally. That is my promise to all of you. Just tell me the answer. Please communicate. Please put the answer and then we will have a very fine discussion on this topic. Please, beta, please. Please. Very good, beta. Very good. Archu. Very good. Thank you so much for the interaction. Kaushik. Very good, beta. Very good, Kaushik. I appreciate your efforts. Very good, beta. After a long time, I am feeling that I am teaching such good students. Okay, it is very easy, beta. It is very easy. Let us see what is happening. Suppose the retardation is 10 meter per second square. That is the acceleration in the downward direction. Okay. Now understand carefully. If the velocity decreases by 10 meter per second each second, then how much it would take to decrease from 80 to 0? Because one thing is for sure, that at maximum height, the speed must become equal to 0 meter per second. If the speed will become 0 meter per second, then only we can say that the body is not going upward further in the upward direction. Okay, because the speed which was carrying the object in the upward direction has become 0. So the body has now no reason to go further in the upward direction. So we can say that at maximum height, the speed is always 0. Okay. Now the speed is decreasing by 10 meters per second each second. So it will take 8 seconds. It will take 8 seconds from becoming 80 to 0. 80 to 0, it will become in 8 seconds. Now it is clear. Directly you can divide 80 by 10 and then you can get the answer. Okay. In simple words, I will say that just ignore the 0 of the speed, or rather I should say take the speed and divide it by 10, and whatever you are getting, whatever number you are getting, that number is the time taken in reaching to the highest point from the bottommost point. Okay. So it is very easy. If somebody give you initial speed 72 meters per second, just divide by 10, and divide by 10 is shifting the decimal from here to here. So it will be 7.2. Simply we can say that it is 7.2. Okay, the time will be 7.2. If somebody is giving us 64 meters per second square, 6.4. If somebody giving random numbers, I am taking 88, then it is 8.8 second. If somebody gives me 14 meters per second, whatever they can give, 1.4 second. Directly, just shift the decimal by 1 digit from right to left, and you will get the time in reaching the peak point. Okay. Now the average of 80 and 0 will become how much? The average of 80 and 0 is 40. Okay, this is the average speed, and the time is already fine. So just multiply and we will get 320 meters. I hope it is understood to everyone. Yes or no? I think it is understood to everyone. Please reply. Please reply everyone. Only 3-4 students are replying. Please everyone reply. It's my humble request. It's my humble request from everyone that have you got this point? Because it will become basis for those questions which will belong to the advanced level, and I will solve it orally, and you will be able to solve it orally for sure. So please at least reply that everyone has got this concept or not. Thank you, Mahesh. Thank you so much. Archu, Kaushik, and other students also. I can see that there are 12 students who are online. So please, I expect reply from each and everyone, please. Then we will learn some advanced techniques also. Okay? Please. Okay. Let us move forward. Now I am coming back to my previous question which I had given. Okay. Now I am giving you a very good technique. Just see how I am increasing the level from very basic to the utmost highest level. We will understand the concepts for sure. From very basic level, I believe that every student is special if he or she is taught in a manner that they can get the concepts. Otherwise, what happens is that generally students got judged by their marks. But I believe that every student is special if they are taught in a manner so that they can feel the concept not in easy manner, but the easiest manner. That is the tagline of Astra, where tough concepts turn easy. It becomes very easy. You can feel the subject in the easiest possible manner. Okay. Now let us see our previous question. Let us see our previous question. The building was at height of. The building was at a height of 80 meters. Right? 80 meters was the height of the building, and the velocity of the building was, the velocity of the ball was 50 meters per second. Now understand carefully what I'm trying to say. Okay? 50, or rather I should take some other data. 80 meters per second I'm taking, for example. 80 meters per second. Okay? Now they are asking that how much time the ball will take to reach the same level. So the question is similar to this question. Okay? And now they ask, suppose I am extending the question. Now they ask if the ball first went in the upward direction, and then at the maximum height, it has reversed its direction. It has reversed its direction. It has reversed its direction. Okay. It has reversed its direction, and now it is coming in the downward direction. Now it is coming in the downward direction. Okay. And suppose now I am taking this as ground. This is my ground. This is my ground level. Okay. And this is the building. This is the terrace of the building from where I am throwing this stone. This is the terrace of the building. Okay. Terrace of the building. Okay. Anyway. Now let us understand. And now they can ask anything. They can ask what is the velocity of the, sorry, I'm so sorry. Now they can ask that, what is the velocity of the ball by which it strikes with the ground. They can ask this also. They can ask what is the height of ball. What is the maximum height from the terrace. They can ask. Okay. Now if they want to elevate the level of the question, they can ask that what is the maximum height of the ball? What is the maximum height of the ball from the ground as well? They can ask. So we have to do nothing but add 80 meters, because if we will add 80 in this distance, we will get the total distance. I hope you can observe this fact. Okay. So again, at maximum height, one thing is for sure, that the velocity will become 0 meter per second. The velocity will become 0 meter per second. And since the velocity is decreasing by 10 meter per second every second, that is the value of acceleration is 10 meter per second square, and the direction of velocity is in reverse direction of acceleration or vice versa, then we can say that the velocity is decreasing by 10 meter per second. So it will take 10 seconds. Again, same thing we are doing. 80, and here the velocity is 0. The average velocity will become 40. The middle number between 80 and 0 is 40. Okay, it is 40, and 40 into 8 is 320 meters. 320 meters. Okay, same thing we are doing. What we have done here, same thing we are doing here also. Same thing. Is it understood to everyone? And so from ground, if somebody asks me the maximum height from ground if they ask, not from terrace. From terrace it is 320 meter only, I agree, but from ground it is 320 plus 80, that is equal to 400 meters. Is it clear to everyone? Please reply. Please reply, everybody. Please everybody reply. Is it understood to everyone? Okay. Now somebody asked me that how would you find the time taken by the ball to reach from the maximum height to the ground? It is very interesting point. Listen very carefully. If somebody asks me, find the time taken by the body to reach from maximum height to ground, so how will I do that? How will I do that? Okay. Now let us understand it carefully. Listen carefully. So one thing is for sure, that if the velocity here is 0 meter per second, because this is the maximum height, so after reaching maximum height, the speed becomes 0 meter per second. So again it will start from 0 in the reverse direction. Okay, if I throw some particle in the upward direction and its speed is continuously decreasing due to gravity, at the maximum height the speed will become 0. And if I considered the point of maximum height as the starting point of the second part of the motion, then the speed will start from 0 only. Yes or no? Now the speed is starting from 0. Suppose I don't know the time taken from here to here. Let us suppose that the time is t dash. Okay, the time taken by the body to reach from this point A to this point B is t dash. Just suppose that the time taken is t dash. So if each second the speed is increasing by 10 meter per second square. Now you will again say that, sir, can you again explain one more, sir? Can you explain it once more? Yes, what point you want, Kaushik? Which point I have to explain more once more? I am saying that if the body is starting from terrace, it went to the maximum height, right? Now from the maximum height where the velocity became zero, it starts its motion in the reverse direction. It starts its motion in the reverse direction. So for this part second of the motion, there are two parts of the motion. First part is reaching till maximum height, and the second part is from maximum height till ground. Okay, it is second part, right? So then tell me that if the second part of the motion is from A to B, then from which speed it should start? It should start from zero only, na? It should start from zero only, because the speed has become zero. The speed has become zero in 8 seconds, so it will start increasing from zero. Yes or no? For the second part, what used to be the final velocity of first part of motion will be initial velocity of the second part of the motion. That is what I am trying to say. You must have seen movies like super hit movies like Bahubali. So where the first part ended, the starting of the second part was from there only, na? Yes or no? Is it clear? Is it clear to everyone? Is it clear to everyone? Shall I proceed? Shall I proceed? Shall I proceed? Yes. Thank you, Kaushik. Thank you. Now listen carefully. Now listen carefully. If the speed is increasing by 10 meter per second square, if the speed is increasing by 10 meter per second square, now somebody students will again ask, sir, you are used to change your dialogue. In the previous part you were telling that the speed is decreasing by 10 meter per second. Now you are changing your dialogue and you are saying that the speed is increasing by 10 meter per second. Why you are changing your dialogue again and again? The point is, beta, when the body moves in the upward direction and acceleration acts in the downward direction, in this case the speed decreases, but once the body when reach its maximum height, then it start coming in the downward direction. Now the velocity is also in downward direction and the acceleration is already in the downward direction, because gravity always acts in the downward direction. Earth is not going to go up, and it is supposed to be on the ground only. Yes or no? The ground is the part of the earth. Yes or no? So for the acceleration due to gravity will be always in downward direction, right? And now the velocity and acceleration both in our downward direction. That's why it will favor the velocity. It will increase its magnitude, right? So now for the second part of the motion, it is simple that the speed is increasing by 10. Suppose it has taken t dash second, so the speed here will be 10 t dash. 10 t dash. Each second it increase by 10, so in t dash second it will increase by 10 t dash. Don't worry, I will tell you the trick. Just I am deriving the trick. Understand very carefully. 10 d dash. Now 10 d dash, what is the mean of 0 and 10 d dash? What I have told you, if you have to identify, or if you have to determine the distance between 2 points, then take the average of the speeds at those 2 points and multiply it with the time taken from reaching to the second point from first point, right? That is the only fundamental thing which we should understand very carefully. So here the speed is 0 meter per second. Here the speed is 10 t dash. Okay, it is not time, it is a speed, because each second the speed is increasing by 10. So in t dash second it will increase by 10 t dash. And what is the average of 10 t dash and 0? What is the average of 10 t dash and 0? It will become 5 t dash. Yes or no? So 5 t dash is the average speed, and t dash is the time. T dash used to be the time which I have assumed that the body has taken from reaching point A to point B. So the average speed into time will become distance, and it is equal to how much? It is equal to 400 meters. It is equal to 400 meters. So simply we can say that the t dash will be equal to root of 80. If we will divide 400 by 5, it will become 8. So the t dash will become root under 80 seconds. So clearly this is very simple, right? So t dash is root 80. Now onwards, I won't do so much hard work. I will directly do one thing. I will take the distance, divide it by 5 and take its root. Okay, so some few examples to make it very easy. I will examples to make it very easy, right? Listen carefully. Listen carefully. Just you have to see the question and tell me the answer. As soon as I finish the question, you are supposed to give me the answer. The height is 45 meter. The height of the building is 45 meter. And now the ball is released from this point. I am saying released. Released or dropped means the initial velocity will become 0 meter per second if and only if, remember it, don't learn it, I don't prefer rote learning. If and only if the surface used to be at rest from where it is released. If it would have been a moving surface, then even after the released or dropped word is used in the question, still you have to assume that the initial velocity is equal to the velocity of the surface from where the ball is released or the coin is released or whatever, okay, whatever entity has been released. Always remember, if the surface is fixed and if the examiner is or the author of the book is using the word that the ball is released or the ball is dropped, and if the surface from where the ball is released or the ball is dropped is at rest, it is standstill condition, it is in a standstill condition, then take velocity equal to 0 meter per second. Otherwise always remember, if the surface from where the ball is released is moving with some velocity in upward or downward direction, then the initial velocity is not 0, then it is equal to the velocity of the surface from where it is released. Because it is obvious, if the surface is moving, then the person would have been moving, and because the person is standing on the same surface, and if the person is moving, then the ball which was in the hand of the person from where it is released or where it is dropped, from where it is dropped, is also moving with the same velocity. So the initial speed of the body in that case will be assumed to be equal to the speed of the surface from where it is released. I think I am clear to everyone. Now since it is terrace is at rest, so tell me the time it will take in reaching the ground. Tell me the time and the speed it will take in reaching the ground. Tell me the time and the speed, and please increase your speed as soon as possible. Please give the answer. It is very easy. 45 by 5, it is how much? 9 meters. Sorry, 9 will come. Okay, now 9 seconds, second square the unit will be. Okay, 5t square it should be equal to 5t square. I have already told you that the distance, make distance equal to 5t square. Okay, so t square is 9, so t is 3. T is 3. If t square is 9, then t is 3. It means 3 seconds it has taken. And the speed will be, in each second it is increasing by 10. So the speed will be 30 meter per second. Is it clear to everyone? Please reply. Everybody please reply. Okay, now you tell me is it understood to everyone? Now next question, I will give the next question. I will give the next question. I will give the next question. The ball is released. The ball is released at a velocity 0 meter per second. Okay, and suppose the height is 80 meter. Tell me answer fast. Tell me the answer fast. Tell me the answer fast. Tell me the answer fast. It is very easy. Just you have to take the 80 divided by 5. it is 16. And if t square is 16, t is equal to 4 seconds. So the speed with which it will collide with the ground is 40 meter per second, and the time will be taken as 4 seconds. And obviously, if the time is 4 seconds, each second the speed is increased by 10 meter per second. So the speed with which it will strike the ground is 40 meter per second. Very easy. Is it understood to everyone? Please reply. Please reply. Please reply, everyone. Now you see this question. This is asked in NEET 2023. 2020, and such question can come in JEE Main also. It can come in JEE Main also. Okay, very easy question. Very easy question we are taking. Okay, in the second part of the video we will take some advanced question also. From JEE Main to advanced we will enter. Okay, first of all we should do this question. Okay, now understand very carefully what is the question. A ball is thrown vertically downward with a velocity of 20 meter per second. Now you will tell me that, sir, the trick will fail in this case because now the initial velocity already has some values. Now the initial velocity already has some values, so the trick will fail in this case. No, it will not fail, dear. Just listen carefully. It won't fail. Just listen carefully. Just you have to understand the methodology to approach the question. It is 20 meter per second. Then it hits the ground after some time with a velocity 80 meter per second. Suppose this is our ground, and the velocity with which it hit the ground is is 80 meter per second. Okay. Now it has mentioned sometime. Now I don't know the value of this sometime. What is this sometime? Okay. So let us suppose the time is t seconds. If it is thrown at t equal to 0 second, it has reached at t equal to t second. Okay. Now one thing is for sure, that the value of the acceleration due to gravity will be 10 meter per second square only. Yes or no? G is taken 10. They are already mentioning it. Okay. So if each second the velocity increased by 10, if each second the velocity increases by 10, and they are saying that the ball is thrown vertically downward with the velocity this and hit this height of the tower. If each second the velocity is increasing by 10, then how much time it will take from 20 to 80? Obviously, the velocity has increased by 60 meter per second, and each second it increased by 10. So it will take 6 seconds to increase from 20 to 80. So this time is 6 seconds, and the time was 0 second. Now it is very simple. The average of 20 and 80 will be how much? Average of 20 and 80 will be 20 plus 80, 100, 100 by 2 is 50. So the speed is 50 meter per second. This is my speed and this is my time, and this will be equal to 300 meters. So the answer will be C. Yes or no? You may do this question by v square is equal to u square plus 2 minus g into h also. You can do this question, but I prefer that you should not learn the formula, because formula helps in easy question. This was an easy question, no doubt. This was an easy question, but it is not going to help you in the tough questions, right? So it would prefer this question. This method is better because it need not to learn those formulas, and it will give you answer in a shorter time interval, right? This is part of projectile motion. The concept and the questions we will take in the part 2 of this lecture. Till part 1, we will study only 1D and these questions. I hope the class is helpful to everyone. Thank you so much. And please, before coming to the next class, it is my humble request from everyone that please revise all those concepts which we have taught, which I have taught today, we have gone through today. And in next class, we will learn some advanced questions of motion in 1D and advanced problems of projectile also. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. it's my humble request, please like, subscribe and share to all of your friends.